we can have a quiet meeting, or at least uninterrupted. We don't want to be quiet. If you want to address the CRA Commission anytime in the evening, would you please get a yellow card outside the door, fill it out, and get it to me. I'll take it if you want to speak in front of us. Commissioner Hayes, I would like you to lead us in Pledge of Allegiance, if you would, please.
Stand, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Everybody received the minutes ahead of time. Could I have some action by the commission, please?
Mr. President,
Yes, Mr. Hayes.
motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve. No, actually, this is the minutes.
The minutes.
All right, thank you.
So second, Mr. President.
Okay, motion second to accept the minutes. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Yeah, Mr. Hayes, in fact, everybody, would you pull your mics down, please?
Oh,
Thank you. Okay, we're on item 4, already old business, the CRA master plan, and I think you're all aware of the counter proposal from the county commissioners where they didn't want to accept the plan as we presented it to them, and so Commissioner Ketchel, the chairwoman at that time, sent that letter, and we have to set up a meeting to do that. But to explain why the CRA will not be negotiating, I'm going to call on Dr. Leone to tell us what the statute says. So if you would, lead us in that discussion, please.
Sure. It's very simple, really, in that the city council is the governing body of the CRA. And the statute, when it comes to discussions of plan modification with another taxing entity like the county, that's done, the approval of the plan is done by the city council, the final approval. And therefore, any objection that needs to be discussed is through a public hearing with the county by the city council. And so that is what we must do by statute, have at least a public hearing with them, discuss it with them. So that's where we're at right now.
All right, thank you, Dr. Leone. The details, how we'll do that, will be on a city council agenda. I just wanted to make sure you understood why it wasn't on our agenda, because if you look at the statute, it says that the negotiation goes from the municipality, not the CRA. So it'll be in our next meeting. Any questions about that?
Mr. President.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Hayes.
Just for our citizens' concern on this, and I know we're not going to get into long deliberation about that. My understanding is that we negotiate, talk with them basically. That we are not obligated to do anything that the county says, based on that we're the authority that takes care of any action dealing with the CRA. I just want the public to know that we'll sound to talk with them, and that's been showing courtesy. We're not obligated to even sit down and talk with them, the way I understand it, but as a courtesy, we'll be willing to sit down and listen to them. I just want the public to know
Yeah,
that the county does not regulate the CRA. That's all, Mr. President.
Okay, that's true, and we'll go into details in the city council meeting, but thank you for that, Mr. Hayes. Okay, CRA Director, Lisa, if you would give us an update on the e-property plus.
Mr. President, point of
Yes.
order, please, if we can have for the record that all CRA members are present.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I neglected to say that. We do have everybody here, all CRA commissioners are here. Thank you, Mr. Hayes.
Okay, in regards to eProperty Plus, at our last meeting, we did have a presentation, remote presentation from the company. And in doing my research, I still believe this is a phenomenal program. However, I think it's more of something that needs to be addressed citywide. It's too big specifically just for the CRA. So I want to do some more research on it, and with y'all's approval, present it to actually the city and see if this is something that the city would like to share in responsibility with on the CRA. I have done more research. I have talked to the company that y'all had asked me to that was up north, that was the Land Bank Trust, and looked at his website, and I'd like to get more information. But everybody I've talked to has said this is definitely worth the money, and it is a great program, and it's actually gotten better as things have gone, and it's helped them in ways that they never even knew it would help them. But with the information I'm getting, I do believe this is too big for the CRA to take on the responsibility of and to accept the contract. And I don't believe that if the city doesn't want to do it with us, then I don't believe it's something we should do. But I do believe it's something we need to maybe partner with the city on. And I just would let y'all know I wanted to get some more information with y'all's approval to possibly present it to the city. And regarding the laptop.
President,
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Hayes.
question. And when you made the presentation, I made a request of them. I haven't received it yet. Have you?
I'm sorry, which request was
I
that you need?
requested they give us them from the smaller cities, because as you might not remember, I made reference to everything on there was large cities and countywide, and they said they had some on smaller cities. I haven't received it yet.
Okay, and they must have misunderstood you because I've talked to, especially one of the, it's a state, but they handle, it's a land bank trust up north, and they handle about the size of what we have. I have talked to one of them, and they misunderstood. They thought they could get with me regarding that. If you want to talk to that gentleman, you're more than welcome to. I can forward you their website. And we can do that if you like. I will be getting more information. If y'all want, I will be getting more information together. There's just more that needs to be done, and I'd like to do some more research on that. And if you want me to have him call you, I forgot his name. I'm sorry. Shannon's in my head. But that's probably because it's your name. He would very much, he said, if you need anything from me, I will talk to anybody. I will do a remote conference with your council. And he is the president of the Land Bank Trust up north. And they have they're working on about the same size that we have for the whole city. That's why I think it's a citywide thing. It's too big for just the CRA district. But if you want me to call him, I will definitely have him give you a call if you want to talk to him and the others. I'm working on the others, but he was the main one.
Okay, I don't want to seem rude or anything, but I don't want to talk with him. I want the information that I requested from him. And if you look in the minutes, Mr. Hayes also commented he knows the list of customers were in large cities and counties and did not see any smaller cities of area. They don't have to respond here to that. But he said he would provide that information. I haven't received it.
Okay, well, I will bring that up with him. My apologies that did not get done, but I will make sure that's taken care of and get that information to you. They did send me him, but that's all they sent was that one, but there's others. So my apologies, I'll make sure you get that. Okay?
Thank you, Mr.
Anything else?
Fairclough. You had a comment and a question?
Yes, I just wanted to clarify that the one city you heard from, that's all they gave you?
Well, no, the one I've heard from one that was up north, that he is their main one that they do send, because they've sent a lot of people to him because that do the smaller scale, and he is the main one that has actually that they've worked with. And I've talked to the Atlanta Bank Trust, but that's of course on the bigger scale. There are some more I can get to. It's just I haven't. That's why I said I need to do more research and bring it to the council, because what I have found in my research is too much for just the CRA. So I would like to do more research and bring it to the city itself.
Well, what I had asked for, and it's in the minutes, is a list of the small towns
Both the
that they were contracted with. I don't want them to give us a list of people that are necessarily satisfied with them. I want the list of their customers so we can ask them.
Well, and we
if they're
have
satisfied.
in the presentation pack I gave you in the very beginning, it does have all of their customers
But
listed
do you
on
have
that.
contact people for those?
Yes, sir, I think they were on that list, but I will double check. I know the names of them are.
It just seems like a redundant effort for Crestview anyway to me. And I would just like to hear what these other small towns have to say about the system.
And they're not really small towns, they're more of small county land bank trusts. Those are the main ones that they've worked with that would deal with the type of population and size of population of Crestview. So it's more of a land bank trust, because there's a lot of counties and cities that put all of their vacancies and they give it to to land bank trust companies and let them manage them. Whereas we don't do that. It's kind of the same thing, but they've got an outside company that manages all their vacancy properties. Whereas we as a city kind of do our own. And that's what's called the land bank
Would-
trust.
I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. I don't want to get too deeply involved in this, Mr. President, but I don't see, when you have multiple owners of these properties in a city like Crestview, I don't know how you can get all of them together and to agree for one company to manage their properties.
You don't. It's what the county does. It's what they plan. It's what the county decides to do, and they hire. It's not the agreement. It's information gathering. You don't have to give the agreement of the property owners to put their information out there. It's a larger scale of what Zillow does. Zillow has all this information of vacant properties. But this is a bigger scale. It just doesn't have the sale information. It's got all information that involves that particular property, such as if it's under, like I said, if it's under tax lien, if they've got code enforcement problems, if they have if they have any issue, if there's any issue involved in that property, anything. It's like the best way I can kind of describe it is like you've got several file cabinets, and each file cabinet has different information on a property, which is the norm. That's the way things are now. And this puts all that information in one compiled area that can be on the city's website, that anybody can pull up and pull off information that they need regarding that property, and it will let them know everything about that property. You do not have to have the property owner's approval or authorization. It's basic information. It's public information on a property put in one area.
Well, when someone's managing a property, it's the connotation that they are actually trying to run it.
No,
collect the
it's not.
rents and
It's
so
not
on
a
and so
managing property thing.
Okay.
It's an information thing. It's
Well,
what it is.
we can discuss this further when you bring back
Yeah.
some more.
I want more information. I
Yeah,
think
let's
y'all
wait
need
and
more
delay it.
information.
You bring it back to the city council.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to just let y'all know. It's not dead. I need more information, just like y'all do, before I want to go further with it.
Okay, you go
All right.
ahead and go on to.
On the CRA Dr. Rose was talking about the laptop that we got and the protection on it. I've researched on our insurance. Our insurance, we can't add that to our insurance because it's not that type of insurance. Our insurance is a liability for the board only. You cannot put any property on it. I've talked with the city, and none of the laptops with the city are insured. And they don't even have extended warranties. But I did call and get an extended warranty information, which is in here. HP can provide this. It's extended warranty. It's $275 for 3-year warranty, or it's $276, plus $15 delivery. I kept asking him what delivery. I couldn't understand him, so I figured if y'all wanted me to do this, I'll get more information on exactly what they're talking about. But no, none of the laptops have any extended warranty or anything on our laptop, because you're looking at, this is like a fourth of the total cost of the laptop. So, do we want to make that expense is what I kind of need to know. If y'all want me to buy a 3-year extended warranty, just in case something happens, we can. Now, they did tell me that this warranty, if we do not use it, they will refund our money. However, I'm quite certain 3 years down the road, they're counting on the fact that we won't remember. And I would need proof that we would need refunding the money if we wanted to purchase it. But I need to know from y'all if y'all want me to move forward on purchasing an extended warranty. on the
Comments,
laptop.
gentlemen, questions, lady? Mr. Cox?
No, I don't think you need an extended warranty. Standard manufacturer's warranty is 1 year, and if you paid for it with a major credit card, that actually doubles it. So that's 2 years right there at no cost. So it's not cost effective to do that. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions?
Mr. President, I
Yeah, go
agree
ahead,
with
Mr. Hayes.
Mr. Cox. I don't think it's necessary. Normally, normal use of what I found, and I have laptops. The only thing that I had problems ever with it in 5-6 years maybe is a virus got in it, and you can get that repaired down at a computer shop, get them to clean that out. If you break the screen in there, which I've done before, it's still not that expensive. A battery runs you $50-$60, you know, for something that, but normally mine went out because I didn't clean it out and it got clogged up with dust. So I would say it's not worth the investment. The city itself has not chosen to put theirs under any type of warranty agreement, and I don't see where it's necessary.
Any other comments, questions?
Mr. President,
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Blocker.
I want to go back to item B. I requested that I wanted that company, that was on the other end in California, to furnish me, CRA, a list of clients. He said, no problem, we'll do it. I want to know, has the CRA received anything, period?
I've only received that one contact, and I will go with it. I will put that blame on me, to be honest with you. I followed up with that one contact, and I will get more. I'm going to put that blame on me because that's my responsibility to make
Right.
sure they do what they said they were going to do. And I will honestly stand here before you and tell you they gave me that one contact. I talked to him. It was great information. And at that point, I knew that it was not anything the CRA was going to want to do by themselves. And that's where I'm going to go further with it and get y'all the information. And I apologize, but if you did not get that, that's on me. That's not on them because it was my responsibility to make sure they followed up.
Okay, I just want, if they can't produce, let's terminate them right now.
Well, and like I said, I don't doubt they can, and we will get y'all that information. I will get y'all the
Thank you.
information.
Thank
Did
you,
you,
Rick.
did you have any comments on the laptop?
No problem with the
Okay.
laptop.
I would just, the only comment I would have is this particular coverage covers accidents also, spills, drops, and those
Right.
kind of things. So it's kind of neat, and I've had a no-risk contract before. Typically, I do not get contracts or anything, but I got one with no risk, and it really was. It sounded too good to be true. I paid the money up front. I didn't have any damage in 2 years, and they refunded the money. However, I'm in consensus with everybody else. I don't think we need it. Out of sync with everything else that we do, so.
I'll do my best to take care of it, but of
Yeah,
course,
you will.
accidents
drop it, we'll
happen.
come after
Yeah.
you.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You want me to move forward?
Yeah, if you would, please.
Okay. The shopping program we did using the centennial coins and using them as ornaments for the city and the discounted program, it really did better than I expected. I did not expect a big. I was kind of more of using it as a trial run for something a whole lot bigger that I want to do next year, but it did actually pretty good. I was kind of impressed with the results, and y'all will see on y'all's report that we sold 41 of the ornaments, and we raised a total of $271 that we're going to be able to give to the police department's toy fund for next year. 141 was in sales, and Rollies Tobacco and Vape gave a $100 donation, which I thought was wonderful, and Antiques Attic gave us a $30 donation to go toward the program. So everybody that actually participated in the program loved it. They said they got people coming with their discount cards to shop at their shops, which was the main purpose for it, is to get people to shop downtown. And they liked it. They said it was good, and they're looking forward to the bigger plan I have for next year. So what I wanted to do is I'd like to present this check to the police department at the next meeting in January, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the 22nd.
You mean February?
Council meeting, no city meeting, not the CRA meeting. I would
Right,
like
but
for
we
this.
don't have any other city meetings. You're talking about tonight?
No, the city council meeting. I'd like to present
Right.
them the check at the next city council meeting. Isn't
That's
that
not
January?
The
Isn't that
next meeting
January?
we have is the workshop. The next city council meeting will be in February.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's the one I'd like to present it to. Yeah, and that's what I'd like to ask y'all if y'all can present. I would like to present that at the city council
Yeah,
meeting.
we have, just give it the city clerk, get on the agenda for
Okay,
special
all right,
presentation.
we'll do that. Okay.
Okay?
Mr. President, question.
Yeah, go ahead, Mercedes.
On the coins, and I applaud your efforts for that. And you made reference to next year, but my question is, what are we gonna do with the coins for this year?
What I'm going to do is every year, we're going to have, and this is in my head, it's not an official program, but what I'd like to do is every year have a Crestview Christmas ornament art contest and let people submit their projects. And then at the fall festival, we award the winner of and start selling them at that point. And at that point, they can buy even the old ones if they want, at the coins that we already have. And every year, they can buy a packet of any that's left over. If there's some left over, they can buy more. So we've still got them there to sell. I have told people that now that the Christmas shopping plan's over, the price has gone back up to $10 a coin. But next year, I would like to offer them as a packet. You can buy the current one, or you can buy a packet of the current one and the past one. And every year, if we have any left over, they can buy a packet of all the ornaments.
Okay, how many we have currently left now?
Currently, we've got a lot. I mean, and we're still, like I said, we had, I think, 260 something when I counted them, and we sold 41. So we still got well over 200. The small coins didn't sell, only a couple of them sold. It's the bigger coins that everybody wanted, and some of them said, well, okay, I got some extra money, I'll buy the smaller ones. But like I said, those coins can be used in promotional ideas and stuff. We've got them, we've paid for them. I will be looking for any reason to add them to something as any promotional aspect of the city.
Okay, Mr. President, just something for consideration, since they're valued at $10, the large ones. Maybe you could institute some type of raffle for $1, and you might get enough where you can give 5 away. If you raffle 5, at $1 chance for the coins.
We will probably, any festival or any event that the CRA may be participating in that has a booth or working with Main Street, and sell them at that point. We can look at many options on getting rid of them, or even doing raffles. There's several options. I am going to work diligently from this point on to find any reason to sell them. Yes, because we don't want them to sit in the safe. They're doing us no good in the safe, and it's a negative inventory in the safe. So.
Okay.
I said hand waving, I don't know if you want to.
Madam Clerk?
I would just make a suggestion that we not go back to the $10. We leave them at the 3 and 5 for right now, because we do have a lot.
And we still made money at the 3 and 5.
Still,
Yeah, it's still.
Well, I
paid
mean,
for.
they're paid for,
Yeah, they're
so
paid.
we've made enough to pay for them. So I would suggest we leave them at the lower price and promote them that item, and we need to be very, very careful with the word raffle.
Yeah, well, that's true. And I'll put it on my website. On the CRA website has been taken over by the city as of, I think, Monday, which is great, and we're working on it. And they'll even have them on the website to where if you want to purchase them, you can come up to City Hall and purchase them, and we'll leave them on that. And if it's okay, we'll leave them at 3 and 5. Get rid of them. It's better than
That's a
nothing.
decision we leave up to you as a director.
Okay, that's
Since
fine.
they're paid for.
Yeah, they're paid for. So I just wanted y'all to be informed of where we were on that.
Okay,
All right, moving on to the,
new business.
yeah, I'm sorry. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, on the accounting services contract, I was speaking with them today, based on your question, and my suggestion is their old contract it involved quarterly reports, it involved training of the director, and it involved annual compilation financial reports. The annual is desperately needed for the audit, in accountability, and that way they can check on anything I've done all year to make sure everything is copacetic, and when we hand it over to the city to put in their audit, everything is fine. So what I'm looking at is the annual work is definitely needed. We need the financial reports, and we need them to do the 1099 for me and get all that processed. It's the quarterly and the training that I don't think we need to spend money on. I know QuickBooks. I do know an older version, but I know enough to play with this one to figure out any kinks I have, and I am capable of Googling any question I have about QuickBooks and getting the answer. So I don't see a need to pay them to train me if I have a question, because that's $475 a quarter for training and for consulting and for preparing forms that I can do. I've already got my own version.
Well, that's not actually, 475 is just a financial report. any training would be above that.
That would, you're right, the training is per
Yeah.
hour. It's more than
But like
that.
you and I talked about, if
Yeah.
you don't need it, I think what you're saying is we can get by with an annual financial report. What is their offer on that? Is it standard 1785?
It's gonna be the it's standard 1785, and I asked him
Okay.
that if y'all agreed to that, that they would send us a new
contract?
a new contract.
Okay. Is that- Yes, go ahead.
And this is just for legal. Is a quarterly report, I required, or is that just optional?
It's an annual financial report
Yeah,
that needs
yeah, I
to be
thought
done
that's
by
what it
an
was.
independent.
So with that being, I would agree with the president, that we just do an annual.
Yeah, just have them rewrite the contract.
But I will do quarterly for y'all. Every quarterly meeting, I will give y'all a report, of course. But I don't see a need to pay them to do it when it's something that I can do.
So you just need, what she needs approval is just for the annual contract, right, Mr. President?
Well, no,
She just needs approval for the annual contract, right?
but the contract we have in front of us is not annual, so
It's
she
not
has to get a
annual,
new
no.
contract.
I'll get a new one and submit it at the next meeting. Okay.
And there's no hurry in signing it because it won't be due until the end of the year anyway, so.
All right, moving forward on the Gateway projects, y'all will see up here on your screen. This is in our new CRA plan. In the old CRA plan, it does cover a budget item for signs. However, those are just basic directional signs for the town. The new redevelopment plan covers gateway entrances. They even put samples in there in regarding the gateway entrances. It's under the proposed redevelopment goals and projects section on section 7 in the new plan. The program budget line item is the parking, land, signage, buildings, and security line item. That available funds for that is $203,500. That money right there can only be spent, based on the budget y'all approved, for items in that section right there. So with this plan that I want to show y'all, estimating it's going to take at least half of that, maybe more. But I honestly believe, with all the research I've done and the cities I've talked to and the classes I've gone to, that they have stated that gateway entrances are very beneficial to a district. Reason being is that, one, it says to the citizens and to people coming into town, this is an important area you need to go to. This is where we want to direct you to. And if y'all would think about when you build a subdivision, one thing that attracts buyers to the subdivision is the pretty entrance and the entrance gates and things like that. That's why they put very nice entrance gates at a subdivision, because they want to attract people. So that's what the Gateway project plan will be doing. And you can go ahead and switch to the next one if you like. The first one I wanted to show y'all is this is at I know y'all have that, but I would like for them to see it too, that's why. Okay, this one is the one currently, as y'all see up at the top, we have a current entrance at the South Main Street on Highway 85 at Garden Park. Currently, that's our sign welcoming people to our historic downtown entrance. I am quite certain in the beginning when it was built, it was very attractive. It's worn down now, the paint's rusted off, it's scratched off, and you can't read some of the signage down here. Actually, it looks like somebody scribbled out. I couldn't read the dedication. That right there, at that entrance, there's a lot of room, and we'll see on the final slide, Waco has this. This is the type of monumental sign I would like to put at that entrance. Main reason being is that people coming into Crestview, even if they're coming, from Destin or from anywhere, this says, come see our historic downtown. This says, wow, something is important behind this sign. And that foundation, that monument sign, we would have, and I've talked to Chuck about it and Wayne, and it would be great to put lighting on it. We'll have lights, and Wayne came up with some great ideas for lighting under here. And we even discussed uplights, and he had his own opinion about that, which I never thought about it, but that's why I liked working with them, because they know things that might not work. But we had talked about lighting, and see these posts right here? God, I look like I'm shaking like crazy. Those posts, we would have like the poles that we have downtown, the lighting we have downtown that have the 3 lights. We'll put those up on top of those columns there. And this would be our main sign. Now, if you'll go to the next screen. The next one we have, right up here, and there are two poles. There's one right here, and there's another one here you can't really see very well. It's actually angled. It looks like it's about to fall down. These right here, this is on North Main Street and Highway 90. Right here, because you're going to the courthouse. The big courthouse is right here. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. Wouldn't it look nice if we had something like this at that entrance? It says Historical Crestview, downtown Crestview. And it's very beautiful and it's elegant and it says come downtown, as opposed to this right is the entrance to our beautiful courthouse. So that is what we call an arch gateway entrance, which I would like to put there. If you go to the next screen, please. This one right here is going to be the biggest controversial problem we're going to have. Currently, this sign right here is at that little triangle. That area, we cannot put what I'd like to put there because of DOT, that's DOT's property. You have to have a sign that if somebody wrecks, the sign will lose and the car will win. Currently, that's one of those signs. It's a wooden sign. If we put the column sign there that I'd like to put, that's going to resemble this, they won't allow you to put that there because it's too much of a hazard. This column right here is a column representing the columns on the courthouse. Right here, of course, the courthouse has glass. The column that I'd like to put will be, and I'll show you on the next page, it'll be across the street by the on the county side, and it will be more of a Wayfair sign that will say courthouse this way, city hall this way, and it's going to be kind of like introducing people to the area and which direction they need to go to get to certain city and county buildings. The glass won't be here. That will be like a metal area. I just wanted to show y'all any columns, we want them to be like the columns on the courthouse, so it can all be, beautifully matched. Yes, sir.
Yes, this question, that point right there on this particular gateway, who made those decisions? Columns will match those at the courthouse.
This is my plan. This is what I'm saying. Y'all can
Okay,
deny it or
you're
prove
the
it.
author of that.
Sorry?
Of that plan, of this statement.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. I want it in my plan that I'd like to do. Y'all can knock it down. You can say, no, I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look like something else. This is just my plan, and what my idea are is that it will look like the columns at the courthouse. Because we kind of want it to be a cohesive look. We wouldn't want to put something there that didn't match the courthouse and kind of contradicted what the courthouse looked at. Now, if you'll go to the next slide, these are the locations, a better idea on the map. This is the CRA district, of course. This down here is Garden Park. I'm sorry, I'm shaking, I don't know why. There's a little triangle right there, that's Garden Park. This is the main entrance coming into the city on 85. And this is where our big monument sign would be saying, come this way and go downtown. This right here is up here. We've got 85 right here. And then this is Courthouse Terrace. Currently, right there is where the sign is. We're going to have to put it on the other side. I initially wanted this there, but we can't do it. So we'd have to do the column sign right here on the corner. In that area right there, there is, I'm checking with Chuck, and there is an area there that is, that's not county, that is us, maybe DOT, I'm not quite sure. We're going to have to check on that. Like I said, that one right there is going to be the hardest one to do from what I'm understanding. Right here is the entrance. See, here's the courthouse. There's that entrance off of 90 coming into Main Street. That right there is where those two poles are currently that I would like to replace with something much prettier and put it right there coming into the county. So this is what I've been working on, the gateway entrance locations. Excuse me for a moment. I thought I brought my binder. I did talk to the engineering company. They have given me a task order format. I don't expect y'all to approve or look at. We're going to go over this at the next meeting, but I wanted to go ahead and give y'all this. This is what the engineering company has come up with to design the plans. That's different than what we already have. engineering company is already one of them that's with the city. Matter of fact, y'all are gonna be approving their contract, their renewal contract, from what I understand at the next meeting. And that's the engineering company so far that I have that has given me a price on, and what the work, the engineering and design work that they would want to do for us.
Let me just stop you there, Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quote they've given you based on 3 signs, but we don't know what the third sign is gonna look like, right?
That's on those 3 signs.
But we don't know what the third sign is gonna look like.
There's those 3. What third
No, I
sign?
understand the 3, but you said the third one is problematic in terms of what we're
Oh,
gonna do.
well, we know
So how
what
can
it's
they
gonna
give you a
look like.
quote
We're
on
not,
designing a sign, we don't know what it is?
we're not sure if we're gonna be able to put it there. The design of the sign, we already have in mind.
Position.
It's the position, the
right.
location is the issue.
All right,
Yes, I'm
thank you.
sorry, I didn't understand you.
Okay.
Any questions on this? Like I said, I'm not, if y'all don't want me to move forward on this, it's up to y'all whether y'all want me to just stop and we not do it. But like y'all approved the plan, the budget already for the money. The money is there. And this, I think, would be a great project to move forward on with the CRA. But that's up for y'all to decide if you want me to move forward.
Ms. Fairclough, you're first.
Are we to understand that at each location, there is a reason why we can't duplicate the signage there? In other words, is there a reason at each location why we can't put 3 exact
signs?
An archway or the Waco sign or something? Why can't we stick at each location with the same sign?
Each location does not allocate the space for them. The Waco sign, I mean, if you did something small, the only one that would fit at each location is the smaller one that's by the courthouse, the column sign right there. That's the only one that would actually fit at each location.
That's my next
Yeah.
question. You keep calling that a column.
Mm-hmm.
Mine picture is kind of fuzzy, but it just looks like the corner of the courthouse. The
It's not-
columns
it's-
are the white poles in
Well,
front of the
it's
porch.
that's what our column will replicate, is that offset that's in the courthouse. There's a
Well,
little
but
column offset.
I used to hand paint signs, and one of the cardinal rules in sign painting is you don't let the thing you're putting it on draw more attention than your sign.
Oh, 100%, and
So
it
if
won't.
people are looking at this, for the lack of a better term, a column, and they're trying to figure out what it is, they've passed it without reading the sign.
Well, no, they won't. That will come in the design process with the engineers. We will design something where it's easy to read. I just wanted y'all to be aware that the column that I'm looking at putting there is kind of on the same.
But where would your message go?
You see where the windows are? Okay, the windows. All right, picture
Well,
that. All right,
is
picture
it-
that
is
section.
the window the long rectangular
This right
thing in
here,
the middle
it
of
would, yeah, it would actually take up more room than that. These over here on the side would be thinner, and this whole middle section will be the Wayfair directional that tells, and it may just be up here. That's where the design is gonna have to come in, and at that point, of course, you will approve the design, disapprove of the design, or come up with other ideas. But the whole idea of this right here is I wanted y'all to be aware that, and even these columns here, these posts here, my suggestion is, since they're at the courthouse, they need to match the courthouse architecture. That's standard in downtown. That's one of the things they told us, when you're doing something, don't do things that are opposite, that don't match. And if we put something, since that beautiful courthouse is going in there, if we need something that's going to match architecturally to the courthouse, because they're right there at the courthouse. And that section right there where the windows are,
You
that's going to be the information
Okay,
sign.
what's the windows? The clear long rectangle?
That's the clear
in
long
middle?
thing right there, yeah.
Listen to my question, please. Is it going to be the clear long rectangle in the middle, or is it the red part? Or those windows?
No, sir. The windows are the clear long thing right there.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying. This right here is going to be the directional stuff, information. You'll have brick on the side. and then the white brick on the bottom, or we might put more brick down here. All that's going to come in the design factor with the engineers. That's where the experts are going to help design what we need there that will work and look nice with the courthouse. The whole point is it needs to blend in with the courthouse architecture, so it looks like it's supposed to be there.
Need to make sure we're careful with this.
Excuse me?
I want, Mr. Hayes wants to speak, I want to make sure.
Oh, yeah,
we're
well,
done.
I'm done, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mr. Hayes, you were next.
Okay, I thank you for the idea. I think it's a great idea. There's a few questions that pop in my mind. For as you presented three of your suggestions. I don't know if everybody might agree to your three suggestions, but and I have no problems with this. Me personally, I would like to see the citizens get involved in it, maybe submit things to consider to you, and then we'd have an opportunity to look at those. For as the estimate, we don't have an estimate till we get good design, and then this $25,000 that we pay up to for the consulting people.
That's not consulting, that's design work.
Well, design work, yeah.
Yeah, and
We
that,
have, excuse me, we have a great school here, high school. And they do take up design and their computer aspect of it. You might give them an opportunity to present something to you. They could do design and everything. You might decide to take it on as a project. You might talk with the school principal and see if whoever's in charge of that be willing to take on as a project for the city. Just a suggestion to you. I have any problems. I do have some concern about just the three that's been presented, though.
okay, well, I mean, this is just an idea presentation. Y'all have got other thoughts than I do. This is actually, I took out of the master plan that's being approved. These signs are in that plan. And I took them out of that, except for the courthouse one, because they didn't have the courthouse plans when we did that. But they did have a column type sign. So that's where these designs came from, is in the master plan that is under approval right now. That's why in the very beginning I list, this is not approved plan right now. So
I
of
understand
course,
that,
anything can be
Only
changed.
thing I'm saying, these are two cities, and how many cities do we have in America? Well,
I'm sorry, I'm
don't
losing.
try to answer that.
I'm losing you.
My point is that we have two out of many. I'm sure there's some others that cities have that we have an opportunity to look at if we do some research on them.
You're correct. There are several monumental signs out there and several signs. I just got, two of the nicest looking ones I could find to kind of give you an idea of what was going to be there. It's not going to look exactly like that. But it's just, if I just stood here and said, we're going to do a monumental sign right here, y'all would have said, what does a monumental sign look like? I wouldn't have known if somebody just told me monumental sign. I'm just giving you an idea of what they might look like. The actual design is going to come later. If y'all want me to get the school involved, we can. That will add more time to it. And more time to the issue, I'm here to present it, and if y'all want me to move forward in a different direction, that's what I'm here for, is to do what y'all want me to do. I'm just here to bring it to you. If you want me to move forward in a different direction, I will.
Okay, Mr. President, one other comment. Like I said, the idea is great. I think we need to look at different aspects of that, and I'd be willing to move forward toward you moving forward without that, without going into any money aspect of it as right now, because you estimated 100,000, but that's something off the top of your head probably.
That's way down the road, yeah.
So I would say I have no problems with moving forward. Just more detail needs to be provided for me.
The detail will lie, and that's where the engineering company, that's what they do. They design these things. We give them an idea, and then they can give us several design ideas. It's not just one. I can say, give me several design ideas that I can present to the council or to the board, and that's what they'll do. And then we'll pick at that point a design we want to move forward with.
Okay, we need me. Mr. Cox was next, and you'll be next, Mr. Godney.
Yes, any design should have multiple concepts, not something stone of this is the way we're gonna do it, because your northern gateways near the courthouse, do we want something, it should complement the courthouse, but the courthouse is just one new component of the CRA district. I don't think we would want the impression of this is the gateway to the courthouse.
That's a good point. I said, and that's where I would like to talk to professionals. Like I said, I'm not an engineer. I'm not a designer. I'm an idea person. And I took the ideas that were in the plan and said, this is something that's great that I think we need to move forward on. I think this will be great for the city, and it will show the people that we're serious about developing and improving our CRA district. So this was the plan. This was in the plan, and I thought this was something we need to move forward on. You're correct. I would like several design plans. I'm just giving you the basic of this is a monument sign. This is not the design. This is just a monument sign. This is an archway sign. It's not the design. And this is a column sign. It's not the design. It's just something that, to give y'all a basic idea of what we want there, what might fit there, and let the engineering company come up, because they're the designers, not me. And they can come up with different things that might work. And if y'all want me to move forward, I will, but the contract with the architect's company, their task force contract that's there, that's what y'all need to look through. Maybe we discuss it at the next meeting to see if we want to commit that money for them to do the designs.
Mr. Gotney, were you done, Mr. Fox?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Gotney?
Yes, I'd like to see us move pretty quick on this. Bring some pictures and all, at the next monthly meeting. We delayed this for so long now, at least we'll get started on it. That's all I have.
Thank you. Dr. Rhodes, did you have any? Okay. Yeah, the only thing I would
President,
say.
I do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Walker. You're so far away, I didn't see you.
Basically, Alicia, you alluded to a consultant. Did anyone consult you, or is this your sole idea of these drafts that you were given?
No, this is out of the plan that was done prior to me even being here.
Because I see this back in 15 and 16 from other agencies similar of this thing put together. But let's forget about the courthouse. The courthouse will stand on its own for these columns, but we need something or another would draw attention to directions.
Yes.
But forget the courthouse, period. But let's do something there that is relevant to the city, and think of the maintenance of this thing. Because that first impression, that's the decision.
Oh, yeah.
But let's make sure that we just get all facts and figures. But I want to know where all these ideas came from. Did it come from Miss Alicia or some other agency?
This came from nothing but the only thing that came from me. Well, I will admit, a city council, county councilman would mentioned that the column sign would be nice if it blended in with the courthouse. And based on some of the things I've been to, they said you do need, when you design something, you need to look at your surroundings and make sure it matches. Now, my initial thought was that all the signs be built with the same exact material. If they're going to be in stone, they're all in stone. If they're going to be brick, they're all in brick. If they're going to be brick, stone, they're all, and they all look the same. That was my initial thought. And that we can go with that, because to me that's what. But that's where the design process can come in. And if we can get the engineers to come up with different designs, then like I said, we want 3 different designs for these, and then y'all can approve them at that time.
At least I think we have enough.
We need to go.
Disagreement
Yeah.
up here.
We'll go
Is
for
what we really want. Is what we need to do is to plan a longer than usual CRA meeting next month,
Okay.
or a special meeting, a workshop, I don't care which, in order to flush all these things out. Because we're definitely going to do that tonight, not going to do that
No.
tonight. So I think we need to look at maybe starting earlier at our next CRA meeting,
Yeah,
and
'cause
bring in
we-
some different thoughts and that kind of stuff.
Because we're running short on time. Real quick, I'm going to let
Yeah.
y'all know, if you're okay with me moving forward.
Yeah, moving forward.
Real quickly.
Knowing this is going to be a continued issue at our next meeting.
Okay,
All
great.
right, go ahead, thank you.
In regards to the light posts downtown, they need refurbishing, and they need, some of the lights need to be changed, so we've got some bright lights, we've got some dim lights, we need all them matching, but, I went to Sherwin-Williams, and they said they would donate, the paint needed to paint those, columns and make them all look nice and solid black and match and draw more attention to the light post in the refurbishing of them. So that's what you've got an email there stating that they would do that. If we, and we just need,
And
and all we gotta do is pay for the painting.
That's right, but, well,
The
the painting,
labor.
and you haven't got a quote on it
I
yet.
haven't got a quote on that yet, but I will get that, and I can cover that at the next meeting if you want. All right.
Are we talking about the lamp posts on Main Street?
All the lamp posts and historical looking lamp posts that are downtown Main Street
Okay.
and, all of them. There's some on side streets and also some on Wilson.
Okay.
Okay. Real quickly, y'all can look through this because this can't be decided tonight. We're going to have to reestablish the grant review board and even rewrite the grant review policy because it specifically only says facade grants. We've got several grants, so we've got to rewrite this, and I'll work with Carol on rewriting this. However, if y'all will notice, the review board that was established a while back, that their time has expired, and even some of them aren't here anymore. So we're going to need to reestablish that review board. The Main Street Association can give us a representative, and their director needs to be on it. The Historical Preservation Board can give us somebody, but y'all need to pick 2 citizens to be on it. And, but that's what y'all need to
So
decide.
why don't we do this, fellow commissioners, is think about who you would like to nominate to be on this board, so that we can bring them back at the next meeting.
Yeah, because one of them deceased is on this
Yeah,
list.
like I said.
That's why we're not gonna reappoint that individual. Okay. Yes, Ms. Teresa?
Actually, this is a city council board.
Right.
This is not a CRA board. This is a city council board.
Right.
And we're in process of revamping this to present it to the city council and to actually update policy to, 0201, which is what, actually creates the, reimbursement grant program. So we are in works of revamping the board and redoing your facade grant, which is actually your awning and, facade
Well,
improvement. And
Well,
it
we
will be
decided we
brought
wanted to add more,
the
we wanted to
city
add more to
council.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the policy that I had specifically mentioned CRA Buildings Improvement and Grant Review Board. I mean, that's what this said, so that's
We
why I
need
went
to
on
be
that.
Thinking of who we'd like to nominate to be on that board.
Right,
Okay, and, I'm sorry, let me get back to my agenda. I know we're trying to move forward on this real quick. Request for growth management reports, I just would like, in the essence of, information, it would be good if monthly we could get some reports on what's going on in the CRA district based on growth management. Like if there's a building that has been put under code violation, it would be good that I know these things, because I don't want to be working on promoting a building or location and the growth management's already got somebody that they're putting in there. So I just think it's an information thing that we need to get some, maybe a monthly report from growth management and sit down and get all this information together so we won't be fighting against each other on information and projects. And that's what I was putting on here regarding that. I would like to request that information.
Is that a problem, Teresa?
This
Just
is the
notifying
first time-
just notifying CRA of any properties that being influenced in your office.
This is the first time any information's been asked.
Okay, but I'm just asking, is that gonna be a problem?
It shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
And if we could just do regular monthly reports, that's what I was asking for, regular official monthly reports. All right.
And some of
Fine.
those might be NTR, nothing to report.
Yeah, and that's true. There may be nothing to report. That's good. I mean, it's kind of like with Carol. She does regular reports. She might not have anything to report, but you know. Real quick, fund transfer. We need $25,000 from the money market account to the CRA operational fund for the second quarter expenses. Right now, we have a little over $5,000 in our account.
All right, I need action from the commissioners on this one. Transfer the money in order to cover operating costs. Yes, Mr. Gluttony?
I'll make a motion that we, approve this, to move the money.
Okay, we have
Second,
that motion, second to transfer from operational to administration. Is that what it is? Make sure I got it right.
Money market to the.
Money market to
Money
operation.
market to the operation account. Any discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Blocker.
how much available money do we have to operate without transferring this?
A little over 5,000.
5,000. That'd last about a year, won't it?
I love your optimism, sir.
You got to get paid out of that.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those
I
in
have a
favor?
question.
Yes, go ahead, Dr. LaRose.
How much does it usually take per quarter?
Well, and that's what I estimated, around 25,000. That's a little bit overestimated. With my income and the bills, the regular monthly bills that we have, that's a little bit over because you've got to allocate for maybe unexpected expenses. So that's a little bit over. That's about what we did for the last quarter, was about 25,000. Actually, we did 50,000 because we had bigger expenses at that time because we had to do. We actually did 150, didn't we? Because we had the
That's not
grant.
facade,
Yeah,
the facade.
the FERDAP grant.
Yeah, for that.
Yeah, the FERDAP grant. We had to do more than that. So.
Yes, go ahead.
So the reason I ask is, why do we have to keep transferring if we know on a quarterly basis how much we spend?
Well,
Or-
because that does have to be approved from y'all to transfer it from the month, because this is a
Every
trust fund
quarter.
account, and we draw interest on that money. So I don't want to transfer any money until I have to, because we draw interest on it. So that's why we have to do this process to move the money from one account to the other. We have to have y'all's approval.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries.
And thank you.
Who did the
I'm
second
turning
on
it over.
that?
I did, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. And, Dr. Leone, back to you, if you have any other words of wisdom for us.
No, I don't have anything new to report to this board.
But let me ask you then a question. That hard to get check,
Yeah, that's my question.
have we ever
Well,
actually
they are
received, if the check's in the mail, right?
Unfortunately, it is. It's still in the mail. I've been advised that they are reissuing the check that was sent previously, and that was as of today, because I checked to let you know. But
Okay.
I'm hoping that this is a company that we won't have to chase our collection agency to pursue the
Right.
debt, but being
Thank you.
optimistic
Thank you.
and hopeful.
At this time, I call for anybody in the audience who would like to address the CRA. For those of you in the audience, this is not the city council. It looks a lot like the city council, but it's not. It's the CRA. If you have any comments, want to address the CRA, now is your opportunity to come up, and you have 3 minutes to tell us what's on your mind. Mr. Carney, you look like you're just biting at the bit to talk to us. Come on up.
Yes, sir. 2 minutes is good for me. This signage,
Name and address, please.
Ellis Cotter, 212 Coleman Street, Crestview, Florida. These entrance signage are old. Years ago, this might be some of the first y'all have heard of, but we had that in one of our streetscape improvement projects many, many years ago on the south end of Main Street from Martin Luther King South for one of the entrance gate signs there. And the discussion was up near Courthouse Terrace there. There's large cement columns up there to attract the people coming south on Highway 85 South, and of course the one where we hang up the banners for special events downtown. Those signs are important. They serve a worthwhile use in the fact that they identify that you're entering Crestview's historic district and the CRA district, and we can expand on that. It was talked about many years ago when all of this was in the planning process of advertising what Crestview offers up towards Alabama. That's one of the, in the Florala area, even north of that, what Crestview, downtown Crestview, our CRA district has to offer. And hopefully it will announce a museum and all other kind of things. But at any rate, they are very important, and it does identify your city because every city don't have them. So they're well worth their money. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other comments? If not, this meeting is adjourned in 1 hour.